Hey, it is March 14th, I'm Brian Hogg, and this is an update in which I'm a little bit loopy. Please ignore the fact that I have a stain, I think, in the middle of my shirt. So I got this the other day. This, right here, is plastic. It's actually a plastic that is meant to cover, I'm looking up at my fluorescent light that is, the fluorescent lights are in the studio here. This is plastic to sort of go over it as sort of protection. But it turns out if you cut it nicely, if you cut it, I don't know if you can see, but I sort of cut it, then it kind of loops, folds in on itself a la a shower curtain. The reason I have this, the reason I sort of been doing this all day, you know, looking like the Star Wars kid, but hopefully a little fitter, poor guy. Anyway, the reason I'm playing with this is that it is going to be a laser blast. More specifically, it is going to be the laser blast. Right now, it's empty, it's clear, but I have these things which are different colors. Now, obviously, this is transparent plastic wrap. I'm going to basically take chunks of this, sort of roll it up, slide it in here, sort of like this, well, I guess like that. Anyway, and do that and sort of fill the whole length of the tube. Then, what I'm going to do is, basically whenever in the show, so say a character fires a gun, boom! Then what I will do is I will sort of match the angle with this, with the colors in it, to the gun, so it will sort of be like, boo! And then I will, on front of green screen, this will be separately, photographed separately, in front of green screen, and then I'll basically mask it, and make it look like the laser blast. Now what I'll do, it will stand still, but I'll mask it, and the mask will go really quickly to sort of give the sort of illusion of this massive speed that is laser. For those of you who don't know what a mask is, in this context anyway, it's a graphical element that tells the computer, the visual editing software, what to show. It does that sort of by, you put the mask over what you want to show, and anything not over the mask, or under the mask rather, will not be shown. So, for example, if this box of wiring was actually a mask, then all you would see, if the mask was in front of the tube, all you would see is what behind it. So you would see only this part right here. So if this is the mask, it'll. Now, one of the other fun things about this particular piece of plastic is this is what the width, this is the width of it prior to the cutting, and this little plasticky doodad here is, I guess you're probably supposed to cut this to the length of the tube you need, and then this kind of comes off, and this has got a little hole in it, and this is where the electrical, or like the connectors hit, so you can still plug it into the socket. But because of that, it makes a little air thing, so it does this. And it sounds really cool. That does nothing, but... Ooh, break it. Other things, I still haven't worked on the ship. Haven't finished the Pilkington ship yet, because I need to get the various parts here, Arduino parts, and they start with the lights and all that to actually plug into the ship. So it's still sitting sort of against the wall. Ken Smith Puppet is done. Haven't heard back from him yet, but I'm going to bug him again because he's in the middle of writing a movie. And he's about to go take his animated movie, sort of on a tour. So I guess he's busy. But anyway, the other thing I'm going to do, because, the reason I'm jumping around, see? Loopy. But don't worry, it's decaf. So it's okay. The reason I'm doing this is I'm going to do a test. So I'm going to have a gun, fire the gun, and then I'm going to see what it looks like. I did a really shitty version of that with cardboard that I painted, and it didn't look really what I was thinking, the way I was hoping it would. So I'm going to do this. It's going to be separate. It'll be out at some point. In addition to the laser blast, I'm going to want to have sort of a muzzle flash. And with a muzzle flash, I'm thinking is sort of like a donut of this blue, sort of extruding, so sort of like a donut that gets a little bigger. So when you fire it, it'll go like, woo, woo, sort of like a smoke ring. And then on top of that, I will have, these colors will comprise an impact crater, which will be kind of like a bubble that will kind of disperse, also kind of get into a ring. So I'll have like the three parts. So it'll be a muzzle flash, laser. I know lasers don't really require muzzle flashes, but shut up. The guns also aren't made of cardboard. Anyway, so those three things will be the laser blast, flash, blast, and then the hit. And so at some point I'm going to make a video, and hopefully in the near future, of of the of a two shot where someone tries to get Rama or one of the puppets, and then I sort of just to see what it looked like, just then have them fire and then hit the other guy. Probably what I will do is I will use the cardboard from inside this, sort of like this, or maybe bigger and thicker because it's kind of tiny now that I look at it, and make a rocket launcher. And then I have this idea, which will be a separate thing because I'm already at like 7 minutes, on how to make a rocket launcher with a cardboard rocket that will actually visually, with some compositing, appear to actually have this really neat exhaust of packing peanuts. And I figured that out. I just haven't built it. I got a little sketch for it on my wall here, but that would require me to build the rocket launcher, get packing peanuts, get the equipment to make the thing to do the test. So I'd have to do a separate test on actually making the exhaust. Whether that actually works, I think it'll work. Those things. Oh, for one of the other tests, I'm going to have a couple spaceships just flying around because the Pilkington isn't done. I'm going to have one. The thing just fell. Anyway, so this is just a spaceship I made. This is a quickie one. I kind of like it. I might use it in the show at some point, but this is just made specifically for this test. So I'll basically have a green screen of like a few of them and make a little formation and have some shots of them just flying and whether it looks cool and believable as, you know, a group of them. And then I have another design for another plane that I haven't built yet. It's a little more, I guess, a little more sort of a stretched octagon. It's a little more Millennium Falcon-y. But I will have this. The two of them will fight each other. So there will be some. I'm getting a little over. The two of them will be, you know, in a little dog fight, and they'll be kind of like. So you think I'm just being late? I'm weird and strange and everything, which I am, I guess. But I'm also watching the monitor when I'm recording this, and then seeing like, you know, so it's like, or like kind of. Oh, go to bed, right? You know, so I'm seeing how that looks, and it looks pretty cool. So that's another thing. Oh, and I just stepped on my canonical laser blast and broke part of it. No, I didn't. It could be better, but it's okay. Still stupid. So this is a planet, which I don't know if I've shown you in video form, but this is a planet, or will be a planet. We'll be used as a planet for a test, just to sort of see how it will look. Because rocks are paper, metal is cardboard. Plastic, I think, is going to be resin-coated, or, you know, sort of metallic-looking, plasticky kind of thing. So I have, what I'm going to do also is a little test just to see how it looks on a green screen, because this is a sci-fi show, man. You need lots of special effects. So I'm basically just going to have this kind of rotating, and then I'm going to have a ship, probably not this one, maybe this one. By this one, I mean this one, sort of coming and sort of doing a thing like this, you know. And see how that looks. Although I guess it would be more like this, and it would be more like, oh, I'm trying to get the angle, you know. You know, another thing. And then I am thinking ahead. My wife is making a Pepakura helmet, which will be for the character of Ellie Song, who looks like this. And I'm going to basically a helmet pattern they found, which is like some, you know, generic Japanese show, and it's going to I'm going to resonate and cover it. I'm trying to make it really shiny and make it look like a sort of more like a motorcycle helmet, and it'll be cool. And then there is also Jubilee Catterell, who looks like this, and she was going to be really awesome. And then I thought, oh well, when I realized that robots all need to be cardboard because Swan is cardboard, then she should be cardboard. And if you can see from the sketch again, she's got a neat kind of ball face thing. And I can make the body out of cardboard that way, but I thought, you know what, she should be plastic. Swan is an old robot made of metal, kind of junky, whereas Catterell, who's Rama's assistant, is really futuristic looking, kind of plasticky, sort of Eve to Wall-E kind of thing. So what I'm thinking of doing is either I'm going to build myself a vacuum form table, which I want to do. So if I get the right kind of bowl that is perfectly spherical, you know, without the flat piece, because I kind of want her face to look like, you know, security cameras have the sort of the glass bulb in front of them. So I guess I could actually buy one of those, but they probably aren't big enough. Anyway, that's a possibility though. But so I'm going to take something like this, which I'm going to repattern because this was really mind-numbingly long to make. It really doesn't look that good. I mean, it looks generally circular, but this is just a test anyway. So what I might do is make the circle of her, and her head is basically a big ball, like a camera thing, and then she's just got this big sort of post down, as you can see from the picture. that I'm showing you a third time right now, because I control the horizontal and the vertical. I almost said video. So what I would do in that case would be, I would be taking your head and put a little bit of cardboard around here to make a ridge, and then resin it and stuff. I mean, smaller than this because it's pretty massive. But so that's how I might do her head. That is what's going on in my head at the moment. I need a sign off for this.